In this video, we're going to create a layout for our web page. At W3 Schools, they have a tutorial for CSS responsive web design. What is responsive web design? It's when we design a web page that will be viewed nicely and be user-friendly on different size devices. For example, it will work well on a desktop, a tablet, and a phone. And the web page will actually be different in each one of these, but they will work in all of them. We are going to start by creating a layout for a desktop. Now I'm going to use a really simple tool. All I really need is rectangles and text. So I'm going to use Paint, just a really simple drawing tool, and I'm going to identify where each section is. I didn't need a line, I need a rectangle. And we know we've already put together the header and that's going to be at the top. Now that line's really big, I'm just going to make it smaller. And then inside here I'm going to put text that identifies this is the header. And the other thing that we've already decided is that we're putting the nav right inside the header. So we've got it right in here. And we put that text there, and that's our nav. Now I'm going to put this over here on the right. We have set it to be right justified by using the float property. Okay, now I need to decide where I want my main, my side, and the footer. So I want the main to be in the center section, but leave enough room for the aside. So I can just label this main. And then I'm going to put the aside right next to it. So just right there, and to fill up that whole side. And that will be the aside. And then the footer is going to go all along the bottom. From all the way from the left to the right. It won't be very tall, but it'll go all the way across down there at the bottom. And that's the footer. And there's a layout. Now notice how this layout has 1, 2, 3 rows that span the entire web page, and then 1 row that has 2 columns. Go ahead and find a simple drawing tool and create a layout. Once you get it created, go ahead and save it. So I'm just going to do a simple save. And I'm going to put it in exactly the same location as the .html file. Now my HTML file is not showing up because it's not a PNG, but it's in that LA6 folder. And I'm going to call it layout. And then I'm going to leave the extension exactly as it is. So it'll be the format that it wants to be. If you want to change it, you can change the extension down here if you want a different version. But PNG will work just fine for me. And then you just save it. Layout.png. And then inside, so now in my folder, I've got the HTML file and that layout file. And we're done.